Hey, Commanders fans. Today we have some hot news that you can't miss. So, before we start, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to stay up to date with all the news, and leave that like that strengthens our community. Now, without further ado, let's go straight to today's news. Should the Commanders sign free agent wide receiver Michael Thomas? The Washington Commanders' lack of depth behind wide receiver Terry McLaurin was evident in Thursday's loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. While McLaurin finished the game with one reception for 10 yards, the Commanders' wideouts managed just 4 combined receptions, exposing a significant need at the position. Washington can't afford to have defenses consistently guard McLaurin, which is why Bleacher Report writer Matt Holder believes the Commanders should sign free agent wideout Michael Thomas. Terry McLaurin is an excellent receiver, but the depth behind him remains questionable at best, Holder said. Thomas would certainly be the type of target that could help rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels improve his game. While Thomas, 31, is past his prime, he showed last season that he can still contribute. Thomas caught 39 passes for 448 yards and a touchdown in 10 games with the Saints, Holder noted, demonstrating that he can still make plays despite the injuries that have slowed him in recent years. In addition to his contributions on the field, Thomas brings valuable leadership and experience to a young Washington offense. Teams would no longer be able to focus solely on McLaurin, opening up opportunities for others, including wide receiver Luke McCaffrey and wide receiver Noah Brown. With Daniels continuing to develop and improve, an additional weapon like Thomas could help the passing game make the Commanders more competitive down the stretch. With the NFC playoff picture heating up, the Commanders need to act quickly to address this need on their roster. Signing Michael Thomas would fill a glaring need and give Washington a much-needed boost. With the right additions, this team has the potential to become a dangerous contender. Will Commanders cornerback Marson Latimore play against Cowboys? The Washington Commanders received a much-needed break after Thursday's 26-18 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. It was the second game in 4 days for a Washington team that has yet to reach its bye week. The extra time off is particularly beneficial for players dealing with injuries, such as cornerback Marson Latimore. The Commanders acquired Latimore in a trade with the New Orleans Saints 3 weeks ago, but he has yet to suit up in Washington. Latimore has been dealing with a hamstring injury since before the trade, so the Commanders knew Latimore wasn't an immediate plug-and-play. We knew there was going to be a point where he wasn't going to be a plug-and-play after the trade, Coach Dan Quinn said Monday of Latimore. And so what I'm looking for from the player is he working as hard as he can to do that and learning as fast as he can? And the good news for us is that Marson is like an absolute savage worker, wants to be as ready as possible and put in the effort, but we're just not going to take any chances. So what are the chances of Latimore practicing for the first time with Washington this week? I'm hopeful that he'll see the field a little bit. He's excelling in the right space, Quinn said. He's still working really hard from the rehab spot to see where he can go. But with a soft tissue injury, we're not going to miss a step on that, Just like it's no different than the other guys. But we're encouraged that he's definitely headed in the right direction. So yeah, we're hopeful that we'll see him on the practice field a little bit later in the week.